Sometimes to get to your destination, you're going to have to take a longer, more difficult path. Because the path that you normally take, it's not going to lead anywhere. So, in order for us to escape the Matrix, in order for us to win World War III, we're going to have to take a longer, more difficult path. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. So, when you start to align your work to the universe, you tend to be put into situations, and these situations are not so great. And recently on my journey, I was placed into a situation, and I'm reflecting on this situation to help us understand how we could all complete this shift, get to the new earth. You see, we think that we're going to go through this shift, we're going to get to the new earth, taking the path that we normally take. But sometimes we can't get to our final destination taking the path that we're used to. And that we're seeing that in the Matrix, right? So we all are part of this Matrix, and you know, there's always been one way. There's always been one way. And any other path to get to where we want to go that's not part of the Matrix, it's going to be more difficult. It's going to be harder, and it might even be longer. A longer path, a harder path to get to our final destination. And recently on my journey, I was given this real life situation, and it wasn't so great, being put in this situation, but I'm using this real life situation as a teachable moment to understanding that we need to take sometimes a longer, more difficult path in order to get to our final destination. And our final destination is going towards the new earth, right? We want to get to the new reality, the fifth dimension, right? We want the Matrix to collapse. We want to escape the Matrix. So recently I was driving home on a parkway, which also makes me think, you ever find it strange that you drive on a parkway? It's like they want to manifest the traffic, right? They want to manifest traffic for you, so it's harder. So I'm driving home on the parkway, and where I was, under normal circumstances of not being any traffic, I would be about 20 minutes away from home. And all of a sudden, my GPS, right? GPS navigation is telling me that traffic is picking up, and now it's not going to be so easy to get home. So I now was looking at the map, I was looking at the GPS, and I'm trying to figure out, is there another way that I could get home? Because now, which was once green, it's now bright red, and it seemed like impossible to get home. It wasn't so far, but I'm looking at the map, and there's really only one path to get home. And it just so happened that this major accident, which I never even got to, was in this area where I really had to go. There was no ability to get off and then like kind of go around. And then, you know, sometimes if you drive on a parkway or a main road, we're all in different locations, you could take a side street and then just ride the side street and get around the traffic. So I kind of pulled off. I tried to figure it out, and I couldn't really find a way around. And I said, but the GPS says it's only 40 minutes. I said, I gotta just sit here and I have to wait it out. And I hate waiting out in traffic. Maybe you hate to wait in traffic as well. So GPS says it's going to be 40 minutes. And what actually happened was the GPS, the time that it was taking was increasing instead of decreasing. And everyone was like moving a little by little. We were moving just a little bit, but we couldn't get ahead. We couldn't get ahead. And, you know, I felt very trapped. There was nowhere for me to go, right? And some of you might feel this, and, you know, the aggravation overcomes, and, you know, you start saying, oh, you know, I just need to get out of here. So little by little, we're trying to move forward and still nowhere. And I've never seen, as long as I've been driving my whole life, I've never seen a situation like this. And I just couldn't go ahead. So now I'm still in the same place, and it's over an hour now. And now the rage is really kicking in. Like, Warriors, the rage is kicking in. And it's just not working. This path is just not working. So I saw behind me, there was a police officer, and all of a sudden the cars that were behind me, they were gone. And the policeman, the accident was so bad, he was telling people they shut the parkway down to turn around and go backwards. I said, are you kidding me? I just sat here for an hour, and all that work just to get a little bit ahead, I still can't go that way. Because he said it was so bad, they're gonna get off anyway. He says, go back around and follow the crowd, and you're gonna go to the next exit. And I said, this is not good. It's taking so long. I've been in the car now for hours, and I was very frustrated. So I couldn't take the path that I wanted to. And this other path that I were to take to try to loop around to get to the next exit, it's going to be filled with all these people, right? All these people are now going to be rushing to this one little path to loop around. I said, this can't happen. And some of you that have been stuck in the car and you just want to get home. I just wanted to get home at this time, and I couldn't get home. So I had to look at my GPS, and I had to take a longer, more difficult path to get home. So I basically, where I live, I had to go the total opposite way, and I had to drive across a bridge. Where I live, because I live by the ocean, there's a barrier island. It's called Rockaway, for those that are familiar with New York. I had to take a toll bridge, had to pay a toll, right? I had to go all the way over the bridge, go towards the barrier island. Now I'm on the other side. I have to drive the length of the island and then pay another toll and go back over another bridge just so I could get around and finally get home. I could have followed the path, but I would have led myself to more struggle and more devastation. So, and it was unknown. The GPS was telling me before that it was only going to be 40 minutes, and I spent over an hour, and I got absolutely nowhere. So sometimes on your journey, when you get frustrated and you just you can't move forward, you're going to have to take a path that's harder, it's more difficult. So right now, everyone might be forcing themselves to take the path of the Matrix, right? Because this is just the way that we always go. But it's shut down. And we're never going to get to our final destination if we continue to take this path. So sometimes it's harder, right? To go backwards, loop around, and then come back around and then go to your final destination. It's a longer path, it's a harder path, but even though it takes longer, it's a new path that's no longer working. You want to just go straight? You want to go straight? You want to bulldoze your way through? The Matrix, sometimes we need to work smarter, not harder. Sometimes we want to force the issue. You want to force your way through. And we can't do that. We can't get to our final destination. We can't get to the new earth by simply forcing our way through. So it's time to pick a new path, and then you will find the way out of the Matrix, and we will all find the way to win World War III. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because if we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. Sometimes if the car is not working, you could hop on a helicopter and take that and just go high as fly like a bird and get out of there, light warriors. So synchronicities, right? Those that have been following this journey get the joke. Keep moving forward, and remember that sometimes you can't take the path that you normally take. Sometimes you have to take a longer, more difficult path, and you'll find your way out of the Matrix into the new earth. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that sometimes you have to take the longer, more difficult path to get to your final destination. Let's get out of here, light warriors. So let's get out of the Matrix. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. We are the 144,000 warriors of the rainbow. It is time to take back our everyday lives. Take a new path. It might be a longer path, a more difficult path, but you'll find your way out of the Matrix into the new earth. I hope that this message is helpful for all of you. Find a new path. If it's not working for you, sometimes they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Sometimes you need to do something totally new. And that's how you'll exit the Matrix and find your way to the fifth dimension. That's who it is.